Hi everyone, my name's Didier and I'm one of the ambassadors. I play the violin and I hope you guys do too, because today we're going to be looking at the violin part of Vaughan Williams' Fantasia on a Theme by Thomas Tallis. Now, this piece is a really beautiful piece and I'm sure you guys have all listened to it by now. So I'm just going to point out a few things that I think can really help us to play it to the best of our ability. And then we're going to play with a recording that Nikki, Karina, our conductor, and some of the other tutors have pre-recorded. Now this is a play-along video which is available on the YouTube channel. So if you'd like to practice with that video, you can go on the YouTube channel, find the play-along for Vaughan Williams' Fantasia on a Theme by Thomas Tallis, and play along with that. Now our part only covers the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds or thereabouts. So you don't need to worry about the rest of it. Our part only covers the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The first thing that I think can really help us is always to be counting. So we can see that in bar 3 all the way up to bar 13 or so, we have a really long D, and it's just the same note. And I know what you guys are thinking, because I was kind of thinking the same thing at first as well. Well, that's a really long note. Like, why would I even bother concentrating that much for it? I don't need to work too hard because it's just one note. But actually, it's in those parts that you really need to concentrate, because we're likely to kind of forget about counting and then lose our place in the music. So when we come to that bit, and in the recording later on, we're going to count it out loud together to make sure that we're all playing together. Or you can count in your head if you prefer to do that. But sometimes I find it's good to practice counting out loud, just so that I know exactly where I am at that point in time. The next thing I'd like to point out is the dynamics. There are some really wide-ranging dynamics in this music, and it's because it's so expansive, there's so much going on. It starts off PP, which means pianissimo, really quiet. And then it grows into something a lot bigger and a lot fuller in sound. And we see that around figure C, which is at bar 31. Now at that point, it's marked appassionato, so we should be playing really passionately, using full bows and making the most of the sounds that we can create. The final thing that I'd like to point out is that we always need to be listening, always using our ears. Of course, this is really important in music because music is heard. We can't see the musical notes in the air or anything like that. We can only see them on the page, but we can all listen to them. So it's so important that we're always listening to the other parts that are being played so that we can play together with them and really fit in with the ensemble, with the group as a whole. So again, today I'd like you guys to think, as you're playing, how are the other parts sounding? What are the other parts doing? Even in that really long D, I want you guys to be thinking about the other parts and what they're doing. And that will make your single note a lot more interesting to play. So now we're going to play everything together. And like I said before, I'm going to be counting in some bits just to help us all stay together and keep in time. But don't worry if you can't hear me counting, because I won't be counting all the way through. And I trust that you guys are able to keep yourselves in time also. As long as you guys are listening to the best of your ability, and I'll try and do the same, we can all keep together. So let's play now. So I'm going to give you a 3-4 in, and after that, we're all going to come in and I'm going to do a deep breath and try and show where the start of our note should be. So look out for that. Here we go. 3, 4. So that's where our part finishes. I hope you enjoyed this video and keep on going.